Alright guys, what's up? NFL schedule predictions by Pineapple King here, and today we have part Chicago Bears. And Chicago Bears are actually kind of an interesting one, you know? They just got Caleb Williams, they have Romo Duns, like they're looking the hype is there. I think I'm kind of buying into the hype, honestly. And week 1, they they buy into the hype. Take a W there. It's hype. Chicago Bears, it's hype around there. Everybody's happy. But then they face the Texans in week 2. Not home. I think they're too cocky. They beat the mid Titans. They're too cocky. They take a loss there. Start 1-1. Not a bad start for the cocky Chicago Bears, who are all young and ready to go. Week 3, Colts once again a mid team. I think they do pull out the win, even though it's an away game. Colts. I mean, I think Caleb Williams kind of starts hitting a stride maybe a little bit, but against the Rams, crazy in Soldier Field. The Rams are they're too good. They got that insane offense. I think Caleb Williams can't play to that yet. They start the season 2-2, which in my opinion is pretty good for the Chicago Bears considering they were one of the worst teams last year. But I think seriously right here, I know I said he hit stride earlier, but I think this is where he fully does hit his stride. And their easier schedule definitely does help them. You look at all these games that they're about to play, but they hit a stride. Panthers in Soldier Field, that's a W. Caleb Williams outperforms Bryce Young, and there's not much else that can happen because Bryce Young's one of the few bright spots on the Panthers offense and team. They play in England against the Jags. I think it's a tougher game than people would expect, but they do pull out a W, probably like a 17-14 low scoring game. They enter the bye week 4-2, pretty solid. They continue the win streak at Commanders Field against the Commanders. Another W there. Commanders, they used to just have their defense, and now they don't even have that. So with a rookie QB at offense with some washed up weapons, it's not looking good for the Commanders. Anyways, this is the Bears video. Coming up against the Cardinals, I do love this team, but the Bears do pull out a W against them. It's in State Farm Stadium, but like I said, they're hitting their stride. They're on a 4-game win streak now. They had the bye week to rest too. I think they're really pulling it together. And then they face the New England Mid Patriots, and that's a W. Obviously, it's a home game too. Now this is one of the first of 2 games against the Packers. I'll spoil it. They definitely split the series. They're both really good teams. So I'm gonna have to give the Bears a W in Soldier Field. One of the first 2 games against the Vikings, I think at home as well. Back-to-back division games, I think they win them both because they're at Soldier Field. That's not the only reason, but I think it helps a lot. Now then they travel to Ford Field for their 3rd division rival in a row, and they lose. They do lose. They win streak ends there. I know, but a 7-game win streak to put them at 9-3 right now is really good. But that quick turnaround to Thursday Night Football against the strong Lions, it's not happening. Then you go to the 49ers, which, as long as they keep Ayuk, have an unstoppable offense and defense, the Bears can't handle it. They they start falling. Caleb Williams starts sputtering. Not good. Especially not good whenever you go to the Vikings, a mid team, and then lose to them. It's not good. Monday night game, they're struggling. 3 losses in a row. But then something awakens in Caleb Williams. Roma Duns needs his 1,000-yard rookie season. He gets it right here in Soldier Field against the Lions. 200 yards, Romo Duns. Caleb Williams passes for 350. They stun the Lions, go 1-1 in the series, and then they play the Seahawks in Soldier Field. But I think the Seahawks are starting to hit their stride. We'll get into that way later, since we're doing this alphabetically. They do take a loss there, but overall, I mean, I kind of did spoil this one already. It's already a loss in Lambeau Field, Week 18. The Packers they're both trying to make the playoffs because, as you see, 10-7. You would think, oh, nice. Caleb Williams pulls together a really good team. The defense steps up, and they in 10-7 and make the playoffs. Well, Yeah, about that. The NFC is pretty, and they end up 9, barely. It's a tiebreaker. It is a tiebreaker.